Hail and welcome to What the Food Ate, Cholesterol and Diabetes. If you've ever wondered why America has an obesity problem, tonight we'll give you some answers. It will indeed. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, make sure you're subscribed to the channel for more What the Food stuff. Anyway, we're gonna jump right into it. So we have no one in the chat yet. And I'm going to start it out with something that actually seems kind of tasty to me. Just got to mute this. Oh my gosh. Speaking of the chat. Stop playing the video, you piece of shit. Gosh. Over on the Rumble side, we got Toxic Man Flu. He says, I have those things. You have what things? I'm confused. Over on the YouTube side of things, it's a real Wade Nation Gaming Clips. And he says, first. Yes, over on the YouTube side, you are first. Hail to Toxic Man Flu. Hail to Real Wade Nation Gaming Clips. Yeah. It's good to see you guys. And if you're over on the Rumble side, make sure you hit follow for more What the Food stuff and some game streams. Whenever I get around to that. But anyway, so I'm going to go ahead and speed this one up to 2 times speed. And then loop it right off the bat. Because this is something that I actually might enjoy having, personally. Let's see, shall we? Yeah, frying up some meat of some kind. Putting it on some bread, and you got your eggs. Make sure it's perfect. Make sure it's perfect. Oh, yeah, that's cheese and corn. You put your bread on there, and I think that's like close like cabbage or maybe it's more cheese. I don't know. We'll find out. Yes, there it is. We won't find out, I guess. And now it's not looping. Why won't you loop? There you go. So yeah, I would probably get down on this if what he put on there was like, I don't know, sauerkraut or something. Maybe not, but like, if it's onions, it could be onions. It'd be pretty tasty if that was onions. But the corn threw me at first. But honestly, I don't. That would be a lot of onions. It's got to be like. Since it's an Asian thing, my curious question is that like cabbage and coleslaw or some shit like that, or some crazy Japanese thing I've never heard of? Who knows? But yeah, as Toxic Man Flu says over on the Rumble side, I would try that. You're damn right. I would try the hell out of this. This looks like it's delicious. And yeah. Man, I don't know what that sauce is, but it does look delicious. And that hash brown on there, and you're like, this opens up a whole new way to do some eggs for me. Because I never thought about doing it like this. You know? Like, I might have to try this, you know what I mean? The random piece of bread, though, that didn't look like it was toasted. I don't know if that was toasted or not, but I'm just saying, might want to toast it a little bit. Instead of just making it regular bread. Cook it again. Before you cook it again. Capiche? Yeah. But I agree with Toxic Man Flu's sentiment on this. I would totally eat this. Looks delicious. The next one, not so much. And I'm going to put that one on 2 times speed as well. All right. But yeah, I would get down on that breakfast stuff. I would, but this following one, probably not. Probably not. For those of you who love sweets, I bet this is too much. Just a little bit too much. Right about here. You know what I mean? And then, and some of you might cap out about here. Where you're like, oh my gosh, as excited as that woman is. You know what I mean? But I've never understood frosting the glass and filling it with that shit, because it's literally just a waste. I'm not gonna take my time to scrape off a bunch of fucking gunked on sprinkles from that cup in order to eat this thing. Like, I would die of diabetic shock somewhere, like, I don't know. I would form diabetes about 2 bites into whatever the toppings were on this. You know what I mean? Like, let's slow this back down and let's take a proper look at this, shall we? Let's slow this down. So he literally throws what looks to be cake frosting onto the cup, and then he covers it in sprinkles, and then he fills it with some kind of weird sauces, and I'm assuming that's a milkshake, which, by the way, by the time you get there, not gonna be cold anymore. And he puts a waffle on top of it, covers it in more goo, and then stacks sweet cakes on top of it, and then skewers it to death with a bunch of candy and lollipops and stuff. And then, to top it all off, he then puts an injector into it, ties it with a rope, and puts another candy bar or a ice cream bar on top of it, and then drizzles more gunk and sets it on fire, but not in a good way. It's a sparkler. He didn't set it on fire to sacrifice it to whatever unholy spirit he created that thing for. No, not at all. That's like, what the hell? Toxic Man Flu says, that whole thing is a waste. Looks like something a French monarch would give to the peasants, right? Like, and look how happy he is about this. You know, he did a lot of extensive testing on developing this groundbreaking product. This is called anti-insulin. Yeah, it's the worst thing a diabetic could ever have in the entire history of ever. Yeah, that's more sugar than Willy Wonka's ever seen in his entire existence at the chocolate factory. Like, seriously. Like, who does this? Go faster, I say. Like, and you know this thing took like 20 minutes to put together. So by the time that lady got it, like, I bet you her legs are asleep or some shit. Like, that's gotta take forever to make something like that in real time. Ugh. And now we're gonna do a bit of a brain twister. This is a minute long, and I am gonna do it at 2x speed. Toxic Manflu says, I'm done at the waffle. You mean you would eat everything on top of it down to the waffle and then you'd be done? Hail to the snail. He says, as someone who worked in kitchens, including some rising Michelin star restaurants, this is just a waste and dumb. Thank you, Snail Messiah. Your guiding words are always welcome here on Toxalot Entertainment. And thank you for coming by. Toxic Manflu apparently would eat it all the way down to the waffle. All the way down to the waffle. So, just to review, Toxic Manflu says he would eat everything. He would be able to go all the way down to the waffle. Unless he's eating it from the top up, because then he'd be scraping the sprinkles, then eating the waffle and dying. Because that is still a shitload of sugar. Invert that shit and, like... Look at his face, though. That is pure, unadulterated joy. At least he loves his creation. You know what I mean? At least he loves his creation. Creation. Hail to Parrot Heads. He says Tox likes his waffles blue. Oh, says Toxic Man Flu. Not funny, Parrot Head. That is hilarious, Parrot Head. Welcome, Hail. I hope you aren't eating anything. Snail Messiah says, it looks like a party, but to me it looks like sadness. Though if it's for 6 people, then it's less silly. This is true. This is true, but, she'll be the size of 6 people if she eats too many of those. Goodness gracious. All right. All right. We're going to move on to something that looks good, then doesn't, then looks good, then doesn't. Okay? And then looks good again. It's weird. You'll just have to stick with me here. No, no, you're already screwing this up for me, buddy. Can I turn this? Yeah, like we'll get a quick playthrough real quick. 30-second run through on what this guy's got going on here. Yeah. Not very telling at hyper speed, is it? That looks good. Oh, and then, wait. Oh, then he turns it, he made it into a bread. Okay, and then he turned it into a burrito, and then, and then he's making chili. And he puts the chili on it and makes mini burritos. Okay, oh. All right, and then he wraps it up into another burrito, and there's the burrito monster. Yeah. It's weird. It goes through processes of looking good, but looking like shit. Looking good and looking like shit. Snail Messiah says, me with the lights on and off? What? Like, nothing he does here looks bad until he just keeps going. Like, this is where we start entering the realms of why? Like, what are you doing? Like, that looks delicious. That's a great... No, wait. Please. Ah. Snail Messiah says, looking good, then looking like shite. Me with the lights on and off. So you look good with the lights on and bad with the lights off? That's odd. I don't know. I would probably eat this, if we're being honest. Like, that does not look bad. Like, man, that does not look bad at all. So he starts by, like, making some proper meat stuffs, right? And then he piles it into, like, a killer burrito. Like, awesome burrito. And then he fries it. Like, and then he slices it up. Hold up. We're backing up here a second. Like, look at it when he, like, look at the finished product already. All right? And then he slices it up. And I would eat this right here as it is. You know what I mean? Toxic Man Flu says, now that's a guy with too much time on his hands and a YouTube watch quota to make. You're probably not wrong. It came through twice. Anyway, Snail Messiah over on the YouTube side says, I look fab if lights off. Oh, look fabulous with the lights off, and no one can see me when you make people run when the lights come on. Some of the process with that burrito looks amazing, though. Yes, it does. Like, I'm down for this part. Did I set the speed back to normal? I did. So it's still just hyper speed here. But, yeah. And then he bakes those, and then he blends them. That's where he kills me. And then he moves on to another type of meat. He cooks it up to look delicious, and he puts it on some tortillas. And then, like, even this part, those look good. I would eat those. I would eat the hell out of those. And then he makes it into a burrito. And I'm like, okay, well, I'd still eat that at that point. No, time out. Before he chops it with, like, I would eat that. That still looks delicious. The problem I'm starting to run into here is how many of these flavors are going to contradict each other and how many are going to be too overwhelming. That's my question. You know what I mean? And then he blends it again, turns it into its own tortillas, basically, or whatever you want to refer to that as. I mean, and then he makes another bomb-ass looking burrito that I would totally get down on, but, you know, like these, I would get down on these. These look delicious. You can stop here. This looks wonderful. Thank you, sir. Oh, and then he just turns it into a burrito. Which I still probably eat, but it just seems like way too much. He says it's all going to blend together. Haha. Yes, especially right about here. Yep. Yep. That's him blending the flavors right there, and then of course there was that one right there. Yeah. Like, geez. Toxic Man Flu says he turns something good into Whoopi Goldberg's coochie and makes a burrito out of it. Wow. So rude, Toxic Man Flu. Oh my gosh. Yeah, but like also how many calories are inside of this burrito at the end here? Like if I eat this whole thing, if I were to eat this whole thing, how many calories do you think I'd get out of that? You think that'd be about like 3,000 to 5,000 calories? Like I'd like to see nutritional facts on this dish, sir. If you are ever watching What the Food, I would like nutritional facts on this dish. Okay? That would be fantastic. And by the way, that was number 3 out of 24. Yeah. This one doesn't need any explanation. It needs speed and a moment of silence. Snail Messiah says, should be an item in Arctic MREs. Yes, that previous dish should be. You're not wrong. Yeah. Hence the moment of silence for what nasty, horrible shit just got made. And yeah, let's start that over, okay? She literally plunges that shit into a thing of vanilla frosting. Then she dunks it and rolls it in sprinkles. And then she gets some cheesecake filling and puts it on top. That's not ice cream. That's no-bake cheesecake filling. All right? Then more sprinkles. Snail Messiah says, isn't that just an ice cream cone? Yeah. Oh. Exactly, Snail Messiah. That's like cheesecake, no-bake cheesecake filling on top of an ice cream cone that's filled with vanilla frosting. Let's just analyze this dunk here. She literally just shoves it right in there, right? Obviously not the first time she's done that. However, even if it only went down to, say, here, that's a lot of frosting. Okay? Snow Messiah says, no, thank you, I'm good. I'd like to braid her hair, though. Okay. That's a weird thing to say, Snail Messiah. Random thing to say. But then she rolls it in these, like, she just literally wasted all of those sprinkles. Just saying. And you know she doesn't give a shit. And then this is where it gets weird. Snail Messiah says, thank you. You're welcome. It's the cheesecake, no-bake cheesecake filling stuff that really kills me. Okay, why? All right, and I'm not bashing this lady or anything, but if we're going to be totally honest, she looks fucking bulimic. Anorexic. She doesn't eat like this. If she did, then she's bulimic or anorexic or, yeah, probably bulimic because that would require a purge. Let's be honest. Look at her face. That is pure shame at that point. She's like, yeah, from the moment she takes the bite, you can see the regret in her face. I can't believe I just ate that, she said, in her deepest of thoughts. Snow Messiah says, how she'd look when I'm done with her. Hey, hey. Well, you're a dirty old man, sir. Likes anorexics, apparently. All right, this one does not require additional speed because it's just, yeah. Are you ready? Go. Oh, I see. He's speaking of her sadness, regret, despair, and disgrace. Well, that's good to know. That's good to know. You'd, still a dirty old man. Yeah. That's American cheese, by the way. Yeah. So what do you guys think? Would you eat this? Would you eat a corn and what appears to be, is that like salami or pastrami, or it's definitely not pepperonis. It could be pepperoni, but I don't know. But then would you like, I mean, Snail Messiah says, "You're making me cry with this, man." I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I'm breaking your soul with the corn and whatever pizza. Yeah, with American cheese dip. Hail to Christian Delorme. He says, "I can't believe I almost missed your show. I've been driving since 7:30 a.m. and missed all the notifications." Well, sir, make sure you're taking care of yourself. That's a long day. Especially behind the wheel of a truck. So, yeah, I hope you're all right. Toxic Man Flew on the Rumble side says, "Corn, not my think." Thank you. Not your think. Yeah, I don't think corn on my pizza. I don't think corn on pizza would be my thing either. Especially since it appears that, this man double dips the corn on that. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, that's a double corn stuffed crust pizza with, like, those could be pepperonis, but they seem a little. That's why I'm leaning towards one of the other hard meats, like salami or something. I don't think there's any, like. No. It's just really stupid gay music. Stupid gay music. That's all it is. Yep. But honestly, I don't think I'd eat this. See, he said, Snail Messiah says, "Too pale to be salami or pepperoni." See, and I was thinking the same thing about it being like pastrami or something like that because it's too pale. So what would it be? That's the question. Because, like, Canadian bacon slices, which is just ham, but no, that doesn't make any sense. Who knows what mystery meat this man put on his double corn and cheese pizza. That American cheese dip also gets me, okay? Like, that's gross. The cheese dip is gross. And it's American cheese. American cheese dip. Snail Messiah says, "It is a sausage. You can see the white spots of sorrow that's in it." Nice. Nice. He did say sorrow. He did not say marrow or anything like that. He said sorrow. Anyway, John Edgar says, "Hello, Cory. Hail to John Edgar. What is up, my buddy?" He says, "Just got off work. What new horrors will you have in store for us now?" Well, we're doing the mystery meat double corn and cheese pizza with American cheese dipping sauce. Yep. Who doesn't love a good American cheese dipping sauce, right? And now, ladies and gentlemen, the guessing game of the evening. Get ready on your keyboards, ladies and gentlemen. I want you to tell me what is inside the following dish. I want you to give me your best guesses on what is inside the following dish. Real quick, I've just got to check. Make sure that the Rumble side is still operating sufficiently for this. What do you think is going to be inside the following dish? All right. John Edgar says corn on pizza? An American cheese? Ew. Toxic Man Flu says Bill Clinton's penis. I haven't even shown it yet, and he's saying it's Bill Clinton's penis. So, Toxic Man Flu says Bill Clinton's penis is inside this healthy American dessert. Now, ladies and gentlemen, rapid fire, what's inside of this? Snail Messiah says he's not wrong, probably referring to John Edgar's corn on pizza and American cheese. Toxic Man Flu says, my guess stands. It is Bill Clinton's penis. Okay, well, ladies and gentlemen, hit those keys. Let me know what you think is inside this cheese, because I guarantee you'll never get it. Unless you've seen this before. Or I've talked to you about this. No cheating. Snail Messiah says, I'm thinking more burritos. Toxic Man Flu also says burritos. Ooh. Well, if we're not going to get any more guesses... Oh. John Edgar says, oh my gosh, is it tamales? You wish, my friend. This seems like a great time to say, if you're eating, ha ha. Anyway, moving on. Yeah. Toxic Man Flu says, no wait, ho-hos. You've already guessed 3 separate times, sir. Let's find out, shall we? Wait a minute. Let's go to our fancy speed controller and drop it down to 25% speed. What do you think is inside this cheese log? That's right, ladies and gentlemen. It was, in fact, Swiss cake rolls and the chocolate equivalent of that is, whatever that is. I don't know. Little Debbie rolls, sweet rolls, and Swiss cake rolls, and yeah. John Edgar says, damn, that already looks awful. Yes, it does. Hail to Punk Waddle. He says, who cut the cheese? This person did. Snail Messiah says, no way. It looked like sushi to start with. Yeah. It's like Swiss cake rolls and shit. Bill Clinton says, or Toxic Man Flu says, so Bill Clinton's penis. I don't think so. I don't think it's as sweet as that. John Edgar says, dude, what the actual fuck? Punk Waddle says, Swiss cake rolls and the strawberry Swiss cake rolls, it seems. I like them a la carte. You wouldn't want them covered in cheese, sir? You wouldn't want them covered in cheese. And Punk Waddle says, hey, Cory. Hey, what's up? Yeah. Bet you would have never guessed from looking at this. Especially after that monster burrito earlier. You're like, there's no way that has Swiss cake rolls inside. Yeah. I know some people that would probably murder someone over wasting both the cheese and the rolls. Just saying. That was a monstrosity. Monstrosity. Unquaddle says, by the way, nice hat. Thank you. Thank you. It is quite nice. It is a Stetson. Yeah. Got it for $8 back in the day. Now this next one you might think looks gross at first, but I'll tell ya, you're gonna love it. Punk Waddle says, how many pounds of cheese was that? That was probably a solid 2-pound block of cheese, if not more, because it had to be melted around them. So 2 to 3 pounds of cheese, at least. Yeah, that's my guess. 2 to 3 at least. Man. All right. Like I said, this next one is going to seem gross at first, but it actually seems pretty tasty to me. Yeah, cheesy bun. Rotisserie chicken. Yeah. Mayonnaise? Pickles? I don't know. I would eat it. I don't know what that white creamy stuff is, but I'd get down on that. This is unnecessary, but still, I would eat it. Oh, hail to the great John Doerr over on the Rumble side. That's, by the way, in case you guys don't know, that's John Edgar. Yeah. Anyway, yeah, I would eat this. This looks delicious. I don't care. Like, I would eat probably like 4 or 5 of these sandwiches. Honestly. Snail Messiah says yogurt or skir. Yeah, I have no idea. Punk Waddle says I'd eat that. Yeah, dude. Like, that looks tasty. Yeah, John Edgar says, this looks all right. Damn right. Toxic Man Flu says, you heard it here first. Cory would go down on white creamy stuff. Get down on white creamy stuff. If you're gonna quote me, get the verbiage right. I wouldn't go down, I would get down on the white creamy stuff. All right? It's a completely different process involving completely different parts of the body. Well, I guess not. They're pretty much the same parts of the body, and it's pretty much the same process with the white creamy stuff. Anyway, I think that this would be delicious. And by the way, for those of you who are not aware, the philosophy on Talks A Lot Entertainment is lean into the joke. Sorry, get down and funky in the white cream. On the white and creamy. Get down and funky on the white and creamy. Yeah. Tasty. Punkwaddle says, well, in the game of smash or pass, I would infer that this is a smash. Yes. All right, Snail Messiah says, skier. Icelandic yogurt with lots of protein. Oh, nice. That'd be tasty. Very good for you compared to other dairy products and is kind of dry, has a little more acidity than regular yogurt or sour cream. All right, that's good to know. I might have to look into that. Lots of protein. Everybody needs their protein. And, yeah, this one is kind of revisiting pizza crimes. Yeah. And don't ask me what it is, because I have no idea. I have absolutely no idea what this is. It's obviously a pizza crust that looks like it could be flan. It could be a cake of some kind. I have no idea. And then, of course, the creamy stuff they're pouring over it. Snail Messiah says very thin guac. Possibly, but, like, just looking at this, it's an automatic no for me. Because in my mind, like, if that's a dessert in the middle of this pizza crust, then my mind automatically goes that that's either pistachio or something along those lines that they're pouring onto it. And honestly, that just still sounds disgusting. You know? Like, and then I guess the question has to be raised as, why would you do this? Gosh. Punkwaddle says green sauce. Yes, green sauce. Heavy quotation marks around those. John Edgar says that green shit might be salsa verde. That would still be that'd be the thickest salsa verde I've ever seen in my life. It pours out like a frosting, like a glaze. I make my wife primarily makes them now because I haven't had much time for baking and stuff like that. But we do these ricotta orange and ricotta lemon cookies, and when we make them, you create a glaze for it that's very similar in consistency to this, but far more appetizing. Yes, by a lot. This is a preview of next week's What the Food, which is called Why the food. We start with an orange, a cutie, if you will, and then you wrap it in prosciutto, and then you bread it, and then you fry it, and then you cut it in half across the equator, and then you put cinnamon and sugar or whatever that is, and honey. Yeah, I need a drink of water. Let's watch one more time. Ah. Ah. Snail Messiah says, I'm posting this stream in my private Discord server where all food lovers... and one tab is called Food Gone Wrong. Your stream is perfect for it. Indeed. Yeah. Now, I don't see anything inherently wrong with this other than wrapping an orange in prosciutto and then deep frying it. You know, like orange with cinnamon, sugar, and honey is quite good. I don't mind that. Even just a little dusting of sweet cinnamon with but like the prosciutto really throws me off. Like, why would you do that? I'm glad he eats it, and I'm sure it actually tastes pretty good. I just don't understand, like, what possesses you to wrap an orange in meat and deep fry it that way. Snail Messiah says, deep frying is a crime, but the mandarin and ham is amazing. That's a fair point. Pungwaddle says, salty meats do well with citrus, though, like a pineapple ham steak. I do like pineapple with ham and stuff, so that's why I would probably try this. I mean, it just breaks my brain. I never would have thought of wrapping a whole, you know, mandarin or orange in prosciutto or bacon. Bacon would probably be pretty good with this, but that's me. I think bacon makes everything better. Bacon. But yeah, this seems like another one that I might try, honestly. But I just don't understand, like, who'd have thunk you could just wrap an orange like that? Okay, this is, let's step this back for a sec. This is the part that gets me. All right, he takes the entire time to perfectly shave down with a knife, and you can see the jump cut. So how long did that take him to completely skin this cutie? Yeah. Snail Messiah says, thin slice of ham all turned into some kind of bacon when you fry it on a pan. This is true as long as you're getting actual ham and not that weird processed imitation ham stuff that I've seen hitting the markets recently. Yeah. It's practically 3D printed ham. No. Don't go there. And then what was this one? Oh, yeah. Just automatically too much. And I haven't even started showing you guys yet. It is automatically too much. That is cookie dough with a Krispy Kreme donut in the middle. Punkwaddle says, is that like turkey bacon where it's made from composite? Kind of. Composite is a good way to say it, yeah. But, okay, so, yeah, cookie dough with a Krispy Kreme in the middle here. Then they slap more cookie dough on the outside. And they make sure to do this. All right, and then they turn that into a donut with the cookie dough on it, and then they bake it. All right? And now it's a chocolate chip cookie with a donut inside that they dip in frosting, put sprinkles on. Like, I think that this is too much. But here's the harsh reality. All right, ladies and gentlemen. I would eat the fuck out of this. I would. Yes. John Edgar says, wow, does it come with a shot of insulin? Only if your insurance covers it. Snail Messiah says, my type 2 diabetes is screaming at me watching this. I bet. I would eat this. It's too much, but I would eat it because there's this inner fat kid that I have. I've done pretty well at chaining him to a radiator, but the inner fat kid sometimes still breaks loose, and I would eat this. A donut inside of a chocolate chip cookie dipped in frosting with sprinkles on it. Yeah. Yeah. My inner fat kid wants that. But it would really depend on the chocolate chips they used in the dough. Just because I don't like anything but the Ghirardelli chocolate chips. I'm spoiled like that. John Edgar says, I would actually want to eat it. Yes. Yes, it's just something that you would want to eat. But at the same time, your health insurance is going to go up by a lot. That looked good to me. It really did. Which one was this? Oh yeah, this next one you guys are also going to enjoy. Did I mention that what the food isn't always just nasty shit? Yeah, it's stuff you probably didn't think of sometimes too, like this next one. Yeah. Toxic Manflu says, I would eat a piece of that. Yeah. At least a small piece to try it. You know, if you don't get through the whole thing, then there's no shame in that. It might be more shameful to eat the whole thing in one sitting. But I'm good at bearing shame, so I would do that. John Edgar says, haha, yes, your health insurance would be impacted right after your colon. Yes. Yes, indeed, sir. I have to skip forward so I don't ruin the ending. All right. Now, this next one would be delicious. For anyone watching this, probably. Unless, of course, you don't like meat. But then you're weird, in my personal opinion. Just saying. And, of course, it starts with our lovely neighborhood pineapple. Yep. Yep. He cuts it. Yeah, cores it. And then he's going to fry that. And then he's... Ooh, look at that. Look at that. Mmm. Tasty. Scramble them eggs, mix it in with the rice and the veggies. Yeah. Make sure you finish cooking your meat there, bro. Gosh, treat your meat with respect. Everybody knows that. That's right. And then you mix it all together. And you put it inside the pineapple. Yeah. Look at that. I would get down on that. 100%. 100%. All right, and I want to see what kind of meats he's got going on here. All right, obviously there's chicken. That looks like some beef. What is that? What is that? We need to investigate what that is. Why doesn't it? I like the fried egg right there. That's good. And the white rice that he's frying up on there. And he scrambles it after it's cooked for a second. Like, that's how I like my scrambled eggs, is I let it cook the whites a little. I do like to cook the whites. Sometimes I scramble them in a bowl and make them fluffy, but that's different. That's when I'm cramming. Yep, and then he just like, just a like nice little, oh man, that's so tasty. It looks so good. All right, so good. Snail Messiah says egg fried rice, pretty standard, and the pineapple with all that salt from the soy sauce isn't bad. Yeah, it would be so delicious to have that. And I love fried pineapple. I love cooked pineapple. It's good. It's tasty. John Edgar says, okay, maybe that doesn't suck. You're correct about that. I would love to eat this. And I'm also curious as to what it looks like going faster. Yeah. Oh, man. I wish chefs could, yeah, give me that kind of stuff for cheap. Because I'm broke as hell. Just saying. Punk Waddle says, I dig it. Hell yeah. Hell yeah. This is, like, I feel like this is something that I would order anywhere it's offered in the entire world. You know what I mean? But I feel like this is a Hawaiian dish. Not 100% sure on why. But Snail Messiah says, put some mutton in that mix and tiny dash of cumin, and I'm all in. Yep. Man, that does sound pretty good, actually. It does. Pineapple fried rice with some stuff. Sorry, there was a weird noise a second ago. I don't know if you heard it, and if you did, I'm sorry, but I don't know if we covered this one or not, or if I just showed it to my wife a dozen times. I don't know. Let's find out. This is your next choice. Snail Messiah says it was your inner fat kid breathing heavily. It could have been. It could have been. Like sometimes he is audible. But would you eat this? Yes or no? Get ready. Get set. Let's go. Coffee flavored Doritos. Would you eat them? Yes or no? Just type your answer into the chat. Personally, I'm on the fence because it has a potential for being good. Toxic Man Flu says no. John Edgar says no. Snail Messiah says no. Well, yes, just to try it, but no. Punk Waddle says I'd try them once. Yeah, and that's where I'm sitting. Like, I'd have to try them in order to make an actual decision on whether I would consume these. But, you know, buying a whole bag of these chips just to try one is illogical. And I don't know anyone who would try these. So I might never try these. We'll find out. If I see these in the store, I'll think about picking them up. Snail Messiah says, I know. Crush them and sprinkle on vanilla ice cream. The question is... by the way, this is an Australian product. 100%. Australian-made corn chips with coffee flavor. All right. Punk Waddle says, it's not a terrible enough of a concept for me to immediately reject. That's a fair point. It would require some research, but they are corn chips with coffee flavoring, which I'm assuming is coffee dust. Strength is bold. Punk Waddle says, or wait till nobody buys them and haggle for them when they are about to expire. Yes, we here get the manager's reduced sections and the discount areas clearance and stuff like that that can occasionally give us some interesting foodstuffs. I might do some active food reviews at some point on What the Food, if I can find some weird food stuff. This next one, I'm not going to apologize for. I saw this, and now you do too. Now you get to as well. Yeah. Get ready. Get set. Mozzarella cheese. It's a cheese sandwich. It's literally a cheese sandwich. And that guy clearly enjoys some nice, salty, white liquid running down his face. I just don't understand why you would do this. That's like 2 pounds of mozzarella cheese, fresh whole milk mozzarella cheese, obviously. That also looks like prosciutto. Not very much. And then a shitload of greens. Looks like a salad mix from King Soopers or a Kroger store somewhere. This just seems overly expensive. Punk Waddle says proportions matter in all of nature. This is true. This is true. Size matters, ladies and gentlemen. Snail Messiah says it's just shock value. He wanted to make a fun video, but no, thank you. Yeah. Honestly, I hope he ate the whole thing and then vomited everywhere. Because, like, do you know what I could do with that much mozzarella cheese? That much whole milk mozzarella cheese. Do you know how much pizza? Do you know how much lasagna I could make with that? You know how much goodness could come out of a block of cheese that size, and this man just wastes it with his fucking mouth germs. Yeah. Hail to TZ Burton. Hail, my friend. He says food talk. Yeah. Right now we're watching this what I would call a grade A USDA approved retard. Yes. Man. That's just such a waste of cheese. And if you know me, then you know cheese is life. And wow. If cheese is life, this next thing is death. Actually, it just looks like death. It probably is death. What am I talking about? This candle. TZ Burton says, I love cheese. Me too. You want to see what's up with this candle? Yeah, they set it on fire and then they use it to spread on the... Yeah, this... Okay, so they're making a candle out of brown gravy. Yep, oh, there it is. Oh, yeah, brown gravy and butter candle. And then they go through this ridiculous process. Like, that looks like mashed potatoes. That looks like stuffing. Red drizzly sweet sauce of some kind, and then the... Yeah, so that's like... Like, is that a Thanksgiving dog or some shit? Gosh, I must have had this one for a while. Snail Messiah says, at least make real gravy, right? Nope, it's butter and brown gravy mixture that they squish and they whip together until it's of some weird consistency. They then put it into a Pringles can to make a candle out of it. And then, of course, go through the arduous process of peeling apart the Pringles can. And then they do a hot dog with mashed potatoes, stuffing. I'm assuming that's cranberry sauce drizzle. Just saying, they light the candle, and then they dip the hot dog in the candle. Yeah, Punk Waddle says, Thanksgiving hot dog? Yep, that's what I'm assuming as well, sir. John Edgar says, man, what the crap is wrong with people? They just feel like torturing as many people as possible. Punk Waddle says, it seems like one of those life hack videos that makes everything unnecessarily complicated. You're correct. You are correct, sir. It does seem that way. I never would have imagined making a candle out of gravy and butter. Hot dog aside, I mean, I might eat the hot dog, but the candle. The candle, of all things. See, and I'm sorry, but what does this face say to you? Like... As a psychologist, I have to come out and say that his taste buds aren't in fact happy, or his tongue is not happy with the texture of what he's shoving into his face. Snail Messiah says, I like the idea, just have to make it right somehow. Okay. I think he's agreeing with you with this face right now. That like those eyes are like, why am I doing this? Like seriously. And then he goes back to being like, okay, we'll finish it. Yep. He says it kind of says I have poor life choices. Yep, he makes poor life choices. His face tells you he's made poor life choices. These have been poor life choices brought to you by whoever the fuck this guy is. Kind of says, I have poor life choices. Yes. Sad, sad panda eyes in that one. Yeah. Messiah, Snail Messiah says, looks like me when the inner fat kid wins again and shows up in the bloody mirror. Yeah, the inner fat kid's not supposed to become an outer fat kid, by the way. Just saying. Um, yeah. Anyway, let's just get right on with this video. Yeah. We need some speed, bitch. We need to go faster. Go faster. And she turns it inside out. And then she butters it. There's taters. There's ham stuff. Tomatoes. And cheese? Green olives. Interesting choice on the olives. That's probably garlic. Salt, pepper. Then she supposedly shakes it up to mix it. Then she sews it shut. And then she bakes it. And you have an entire meat pocket dinner. Yeah. Snail Messiah says, meat pocket stuffing, also the name of a sex tape and punk rock band. Wow. Gotta check those guys out. Make sure you Google meat pocket stuffing. Let me know what you find. Why are you not playing the meat pocket? You must loop the meat pocket. Yes. Yes. And John Edgar says, yeah. I'm on the fence on this one. I don't know. Toxic Man Flu says, that looks good. Would have gone with black olives because I'm no racist. Word. I'd have gone with black olives because they're better. Personally. I don't like green olives. This does look actually pretty good. Snail Messiah says, actually, I just did a search, and it only shows cooking stuff, not like the blue waffle. Well, that's good. I'm glad it's not like the blue waffle. But again, like... Lo solo mio. Anyway. TZ Burton says, I like both, speaking to the olives. I know that a lot of people do, honestly, and I wouldn't hold that against you. Punk Waddle says, I concur on the black olives as well. Yeah, see, and I'm not opposed to this. This actually, like, the end product actually looks quite good. It looks like a Thanksgiving dinner wrapped up inside of it there. I guess I snagged all these ones back in November, huh? Wow. Took me a while to get back into this shit, so, I mean... But... Yeah. I would eat that. Honestly. I would eat that. See? Not all of the stuff I put on here is disgusting. You know? Snail Messiah says I'd make this with root vegetables. Okay. The carrots. Yes. The next video comes from the... I'm assuming that's TikTok. Or Instagram. I don't fucking know. Not paying attention. It says Reels, so I'm assuming that's Instagram. Yeah, that's Instagram. Okay. But this is from the White Castle official Instagram. Proper way to celebrate. Yes. Obviously, I snagged all of these back in November, because this is another Thanksgiving dish, if I remember correctly. Yeah, this is White Castle stuffing. That's what they're making right now. White Castle stuffing. Would you eat White Castle stuffing with the White Castle sliders? Because honestly, it looks pretty good to me. It really does. Unlike this. This is a hummus turkey. 6 tubs of 17-ounce Sabra hummus. Spray a turkey-shaped cake pan. with vegetable oil. Freeze for 6 hours. Once frozen, more hummus to glue them together. Speaking of the last thing, John Edgar says, yeah, I'd eat that. Are you sure? Well, actually, the timing's suspicious on that, John. You're saying you would eat a turkey made completely out of hummus. John Edgar has some interesting tastes for hummus. Apparently, that is his pregnant craving, ladies and gentlemen, is hummus. He would eat an entire turkey made out of hummus. He said so right here. He says, yeah, I'd eat that. He says, I'd eat that stuffing. Whatever, we know you're talking about the turkey. You want the hum turkey. Hummer turkey. Hummerkey. Hummerkey. Yeah. Like, just look at her rip the face off that thing. Yeah. John Edgar says, and I like hummus, but damn, that is too much work. Right? Snow Messiah says, I've never had store-bought hummus I like. Besides, it's very easy to make and delicious. Well, I've had store-bought hummus, even this brand of hummus, the Sabra hummus, I've enjoyed certain types. I like the red pepper. It's just they overdo the garlic, in my opinion. Punk Waddle says, oh, chickpeas. They're not made out of actual chicks, not penguin chicks. So calm down. I just can't get over her ripping the face off that turkey. Like, you can see the hummus melting at the top. Like, you have to eat that thing before it thaws completely. Otherwise, it's just a giant puddle of fucking hummus on your table. Like, that entire thing needs to be consumed within, like, 30 minutes or it's gone bad. Plain and simple. Ugh. And cheese is always good, right? Everybody loves cheese. Nobody hates cheese. Not this much cheese. Yeah, there you go. Cheese-filled bread. Another man who loves oozy white stuff coming from a log of some kind. Snow Messiah says, original recipe, no garlic. You use the garlic to mask ugly taste of preservatives. Ah, that's good to know, because garlic is not my favorite, if we're being honest. Would you guys eat a cheese-filled bread like this, or would you let it cool down and then eat it? Because that is a lot of cheese. All right? Like, honestly, that is a lot of cheese. That's a lot. Look at all the cheese they pour into this bread. Ugh. John Edgar says no, because that's a heart attack right there. Yeah. Yep. Punkwaddle says, Corn Dog 7 has deep-fried cheese on a stick as well. Huh. Well, deep-fried cheese on a stick probably still wouldn't be as bad for you as eating a entire loaf of bread filled with cheese. Almost an entire loaf of bread filled with cheese. Like, I like cheesy bread. But bready cheese? Well, that's just a cheese stick. I still wouldn't eat this. That's just no. It's gross. There's so much cheese, it's just wrong. Okay? And there's nothing but cheese. If you put something else in there, maybe I go for it, but I mean, come on. Snail Messiah says, here is the key. Good cheese and much less of it. Not that weird stuff we see in these videos. Hey, if it weren't for the weird stuff, we wouldn't have these videos, so why don't you just show some appreciation and hit the like button? Yeah. Cheese-filled bread log. Now, if you need a quick protein snack, I've heard suggested. Snail Messiah says, like button hit, sir. Thank you. Thank you, Snail Messiah. Yeah, so if you need a quick protein boost, you could always go with the hard-boiled egg sandwich. It is, of course, cheap to make. You just need a loaf of French bread, an entire baguette, possibly, And let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, at least 16 hard-boiled eggs. And then you're good to go. And then you're good to go. If this isn't enough, Snail Messiah says my weakness: hard-boiled eggs and soft-boiled. I've never cared for soft-boiled eggs, but I make the best hard-boiled eggs in the world. I know that's a weird flex. I've never, well, I can't say I've never made them wrong. I was rushed once, and they undercooked, and I felt ashamed to even call myself a cook. It was terrible. It was awful. But yeah, there's the protein boost. And then, of course, we move back into the sweets. Yes or no? Get your little fingers ready on the yes or no. Ranch flavored cotton candy. Who doesn't love Hidden Valley Ranch cotton candy? I feel like we know someone who might actually enjoy this. Would you eat ranch-flavored cotton candy? Would you debase yourself to the lowest levels of human existence? Do you like sticky, white, powdery stuff? Snow Messiah says, I don't know the taste, but it could be as good as pickle brine flavored cotton candy. Gross. TZ Burton says no. John Edgar says, no. If only I knew someone to send this to. If it was candy corn flavored, we'd send it over to Drunk 3PO, but alas, it is ranch. Ranch flavored cotton candy. Get it now at your local farmer's market. Punkwaddle says, nah. Why not? You wouldn't want to eat? Okay. Okay. All right. I'm going to do a little poll over on the YouTube side. If you're watching on the Rumble side, make sure you type in your answer here. All right, we're doing a poll. Would you rather eat ranch flavored cotton candy or the next monstrosity? Not even sure how to name this. All right. I'm starting the poll. It says, would you rather eat the ranch-flavored cotton candy or the nightmare Jell-O mold monstrosity? To break this down, those are Vienna sausages. That's baked beans. Those appear to be deviled eggs. Green olives with pimentos. And it's all apparently encased in a nice, lovely layer of gelatinous stuff. Yeah. Going back to the last one, John Edgar says, I like ranch, but ick. TZ Burton says, Cool Ranch chips are good. That's fair. And Toxic Man Flu says, next thing. Thank you, sir. Here is your next thing. Would you eat this? Would you rather eat this or the ranch-flavored cotton candy? These are your choices. This or this. This or this. Which would you eat? Would you eat ranch cotton candy or would you eat this monstrosity? Toxic Man Flu says, oh shit, not that. Oh, come on, bro. Punkwaddle says, I mean, it probably tastes deceptively tasty. or it tastes exactly how it looks, like hell. Yes. John Edgar says, these are true horrors. Yes, they are. Toxic Man Flu says, ranch-flavored cotton candy. I've had it before, and it's not bad. Oh, so we've got one for here, but not for here. TZ Burton says, can I go into the Saw movie instead? Maybe. I mean, you could do that if you really wanted to. Ranch-flavored cotton candy. Would you rather ranch-flavored cotton candy or the Jell-O mold? Which one do you think you'd eat? Which one would you choose as your treat? Let's find out what they say on the YouTube poll. 100% says ranch-flavored cotton candy. We have a winner. Winner, winner, chicken dinner. Ranch-flavored cotton candy by a landslide. By a landslide. Ugh. Sorry, my brain broke trying to process what I'm about to show you. I love ramen. I don't mind baked beans. And I love tacos, but I don't think I would combine them together as a poor man's dish. I don't know. It just looks really bad. You know, there's just something about the beans inside of the noodles that just throws you off. It's kind of disturbing when you're looking at it and you're going, wow. And then of course you could always just fill your taco shell with your beans and noodles. Tasty beans and noodles. Snail Messiah says, no! It looks like intestinal worms. Well, come on. It's just ramen and baked beans with taco shells. Ramen and baked beans with taco shells. John Edgar says, it looks like poop full of pinworms. Thank you for that mental image. Punkwaddle says, nah, I'd maybe eat them separately. Once in a while, I do something like this and immediately regret it. I always have. Every time I've made a combination like this, I regret it as well. So I'm saying no from experience. Not necessarily with this dish, but similar things. John Edgar says, oh my god, this is foul. I don't think there's any chicken in there. I think it's just beans. And noodles. Beans and noodles and taco shells. Yeah. Yummy. All right. And now we're going back to that age-old discussion of pineapple on pizza again, because there's no way pineapple on pizza is worse than this. It is mango salsa, ground turkey, and shredded cheese pizza. Ground turkey, mango salsa, and shredded cheese as a pizza. I don't know what the taste profile would look like other than the fact that this looks moldy. But this would be hell to try and eat. Could you eat this? How? You need a fork. This isn't pizza, okay? It's not pizza. Toxic Man Blue says, I'd eat both. Speaking of this. Snow Messiah says, mind equals blown. Yeah. Like, look at the condition of this pizza. How could you possibly think that this is good? John Edgar says, first pizza, you need to eat with a spoon, right? I don't know if you remember the drippy chocolate pizzas from last time. Like, I'm just inspecting this, and it's like, why would you do this? This is not pizza. This looks like something you'd find under a floorboard in flooded, run-down, nasty slum apartments. You know you love it when I zoom in and give you all the gritty details of all the, like, what the fuck is this stuff right here? Like, what the fuck is that? That can't be shredded cheese. What is that? What is the white chunky stuff that's all over everything? Like, everything. What is that? It's not down here, is it? Oh, it is down here. It is down here. What is the white chunky stuff? I don't know what the white chunky stuff is. What about up here? What? And then, like, ground turkey looks disgusting on this pizza. Still Messiah says pieces of meat from the grinder. If this person ground their own meat, maybe, but like otherwise, that's some subpar. That is some subpar shit right there. They went cheap. Ugh. It's awful. It's fucking awful. Christian Delorme says the white chunky stuff is bukkake. Thanks, bro. Really needed that. John Edgar says looks like a drunk college kid made that. Hail to Christian Delorme again, by the way. It's always good to see you, sir. Always good to see you. Always good to see Christian Delorme. And now on to something that will actually pique your appetite. This is a 3-minute video, so I'm going to go ahead and put this on ×2 speed, just so we can get through it a little bit faster. And you're probably not wrong. Drunk college kid probably did make that pizza. It's still, like, what the fuck? Anyway. Yeah, it starts out with sausage in a pan. Like I'm already excited. I know what this is. And then there's pancake batter / waffle mix. Yep. Yep. Those are potatoes, by the way. Yeah. And bacon. And then cheese. And then more pancake and waffle mix. And then he bakes it. Ooh, look at those eggs. It's got 6 eggs sitting there. Ooh, 12 eggs sitting there. Yeah. This is my kind of waffle. Right here. Yep. And he puts the eggs inside of it. You see the leakiness off the side there, bro? Come on. And then he rebakes it to cook the eggs. And they're perfect. Oh, and tiny little pieces of steak on top. Snail Messiah says, sausage Tetris, and no thank you, that's just wrong. I think you're wrong, sir. That looks amazing. Oh my gosh, I would eat the shit out of that. Oh, man. Who would not love this? Snail Messiah, you are crazy if you don't like this. I mean, come on. Yeah, see, John Edgar, I'd eat the hell out of this. You're damn right. I always like to close these shows off with something tasty. You know, this is the perfect breakfast for me. Like, honestly, I would get down on this breakfast, lunch, and dinner until it was gone from the moment it got done cooking. Like, that'd be so good. Snail Messiah says, no, it's an American thing. You can keep it. I will. I will. Less for you, more for me. Keep that inner fat kid inside. I'll let mine out a little bit. John Edgar says, dang, I'm hungry now. Me too. That's why I saved this one for last. Because honestly, this is the best one out of all of them, in my personal opinion. Snail Messiah's opinion doesn't matter in this case. Just saying. Man. I would totally get down on this. 100%. Oh man, that's so good. Like this man needs like I wish I had the money to hire this man as my personal chef. Oh my gosh. I would pay this man easily like $12,000 a month to cook me food like this if I had the money. Like honestly, that'd be so good. Earning six figures cooking for me. I dare you to try and make me fat. He says, challenge accepted. Like, hell yeah. John Edgar says, I need this in my life immediately. I agree. Oh, it looks so good. It looks so good. And I love waffles. I will like sit down and like even frozen waffles, all right? I'll eat Eggo waffles like six at a time. You know? Snail Messiah says, I get the concept, and from my visits to the States and Canada, I get it. I just can't bring myself to wanting this in any way, shape, or form. I can understand that. I love meat breakfast food, though. As someone who's not in the United States, I could understand why you wouldn't like something like this. But honestly, it's just pure decadence. It looks so delicious. I would eat the shit out of it every minute. That would be so good. And you could change this up to include different breakfast foods. Instead of the cubed potatoes on the bottom, you could go with shredded hash browns. With the eggs on top, you could go with what you're doing there, or you could like even scramble them into there. You could even find a way to run some Eggs Benedict action on that if that's what you're into. And then, of course, you could swap out the breading. They used waffle and pancake mix, obviously. But you could also go with biscuits. You could do ground sausage interdispersed throughout the mixture. And it would be so good. Tasty. Yeah. See what John Edgar says. I agree with everything he says inside this. It's all the breakfast stuff I like in one original presentation. You, however, will live longer, Mr. Snail Messiah. Yes, he will live longer than us if he doesn't eat like this. Because, obviously, if we eat like this, yeah. He says, yeah, that looks good. Punk Waddle says, yeah, that looks good. I agree. I agree. It looks so tasty. Just the finished product, also very beautiful presentation. A little bit of fruit on there to offset how much fat and stuff you're getting out of this. Oh, I would seriously like eat the crap out of this. It looks so delicious, and he cooks the eggs perfectly for being baked in the top of this. And you know it's got a nice crispy outside. I bet you it's fairly soft and fluffy on the inside. And then, of course, the steak that he threw up on there looks like it's medium rare, maybe closer to the rare side, but I would still, the steak strips on top. And then, of course, the syrup. Some people don't care for the syrup on their salty stuff with their meat and whatnot, but I do. I love it. I love it, every second of it. This is exactly what I would love to have for breakfast every morning from now until I died of a massive coronary infarction. Coronary infarction. Yeah. Gosh, that looks delicious. So good. And that, ladies and gentlemen, concludes What the Food Ate, Cholesterol and Diabetes. There was enough sugar and enough cholesterol inside this one video to make sure that your health insurance becomes very rich for a very long time. Christian Delorme says, I enjoy you too, Cory. The best, cheapest, entertaining fun on the web. You're damn right. Especially on the cheap part. I don't know about entertaining or fun. But, you know, TZ Burton says that looks good. Yeah, it does. It looks super tasty. I love breakfast foods. Not gonna lie. Snail Messiah says, I had to take my diabetes medication watching this. Of course you did. Because that's the point of diabetes, cholesterol and diabetes. And the great John Doerr over on the Rumble side says, great stream. Thank you, sir. And as always, remember to hit that like button. Uh, just just because. If you like weird food stuff, make sure you're subscribed. We're going to do this as often as I can find weird food stuff to present on the internet. Um, uh, I love doing this stuff. And of course, I will be continuing on with the game streams. I might do another game stream tonight. Probably do the Wo Long that I didn't play last night because I wound up falling asleep in my chair after eating my corn dogs. So, yeah, if you're into video game streams, catch me tonight. I'll be doing more Wo Long Fallen Dynasty and the Adventures of One-Eyed Wong. And, yeah, next week, let's see, next week, I have Friday off. So I will definitely be doing a What the Food. But I will not be doing a game stream next Wednesday. Yeah, just keep that in mind. It will be Thursday night fun next time, on Toxalot Entertainment. But, until next time, stay sexy, don't get murdered, and as always, have a wonderful time. Unguado says this was fun. Thanks, Cory. You're welcome, sir. I'll see you guys later.